Hello, everybody, and welcome to Game 2 of 2 here on this February 6th. It is a beautiful day, as always, here in Palm Springs at historic Palm Springs Stadium, and it'll be Team China facing off against the British Columbia Bombers. Team China at a 9-2 record, looking to extend their first-place lead. The Bombers looking to get their fourth win and stay afloat in the middle of the standings. Team China is taking the field first, so the British Columbia Bombers, the lineup, Dorial Beck is going to lead it off in right field, Jeff Hoffman in center, Elijah Dickerson in left field, Nolan Macabrota at first, Howie Hatton in the DH spot hitting fifth. The new catcher, Mason Collins, is hitting sixth, the shortstop, Bubba Thompson, in the seventh spot. Davis Drueck, who had a big game yesterday, we'll talk about that in a bit, he's batting eighth. And the second baseman, Jaden Brown, batting ninth. For Hai Zhang Wu, the pitcher for Team China, he has a 1.44 ERA in 9.2 innings pitched, 7 hits, only given up 2 earned runs for a Chinese pitching staff that has been absolutely phenomenal this season.
Yeah, the Chinese pitching staff, it's really been the backbone of this team. Again, their offense it's been up and down, but it's really one of the better ones in the league so far. But the pitching staff has been the story of the season, and it is by far and away the best pitching staff in the league, and it's not particularly close. They've got an ERA in the low ones. They're striking out about 13 per 9 innings, and they have carried this team from start to finish to a 9-2 record.
They have been very excellent on the pitching standpoint. Their offense really hasn't had to do much for them to win games, and that's why they're 9-2, tied with the Canada A's at the top of the lineup here in the standings. But now we're about to get set as Dorial Beck stands in for his first at-bat. Dorial Beck from Gyeonggi, South Korea, played for the Kia Tigers of the KBO. First pitch is in there for strike one.
And it's a different lineup out there for today. Both of these teams played yesterday. China walked it off against the Blue Sox. The Bombers won 6-1 or 6-2 on the backfield against the Grizzly.
That one is also in the zone for strike two.
There was a lot of new guys doing it for the Bombers yesterday. I mean, Mark Hernandez, welcome to the Winter League, gets on a couple times and scores twice.
And a 1-2-3 gets Dorial Beck looking, and a quick first out for Team China.
Yeah, great pitch there by Hai Zhang Wu. Gets a fastball right off the corner, gets the call looking. Not a ton you could do that with that pitch if you're Dorial Beck.
Joshua Hoffman stands in as the two-hitter here. He's going to be playing center field. First pitch from Wu. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball, and it's 0-1.
But back to the point yesterday, Mark Hernandez let it off. He got hit. He got a single. 1 for 3 with 2 runs. You get the bench.
Outside is the first ball of the game for Team China.
Davis Drueck carried the team yesterday. He's dropped down to the 7 spot. Mason Collins had a good day on the mound. He's all the way down there at 6.
Grounder to third. Zhang makes the throw over to first. To Lee has it. And that is the second out. So Mingjin Zhang able to make the big throw across the diamond to first. And it's 2 easy outs here for Team China. Elijah Dickerson will stand in. He's hitting at an exact 400, 8 for 20, 3 RBIs, and has walked 3 times so far this season as he takes ball 1.
Yeah, Dickerson 0 for 2 yesterday. He played right in center field, did well in the outfield, but he went 0 for 2, popped out to second, flew out to center, but he did get hit by a pitch.
Ripped foul over the dugout of the Bombers, and it's 1-1. Dickerson from Mount Holly, New Jersey, went to LaSalle Towson University and played for the Frederick Keys. There's a grounder to second. It'll be Hu throwing to Lee at first, and it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Hai Zhang Wu. We'll head to the bottom of the first, no score.
Everyone knows good things come in threes, like Dave & Buster's Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99, including one mouth-watering entree, a refreshing beverage, a $10 power card, and a whole lot of fun, which means you enjoy a delicious meal for under $10. Oh, look, that's 5 good things. Good things come in threes at Dave & Buster's with the Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99. Buy online or in-store today.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Bottom of the first after the 1-2-3 inning from Hai Zhang Wu. It'll be newcomer Noah Cole on the mound for the Bombers. Marietta, Georgia native, went to Oglethorpe University and had a ERA of 5.91 with a 7.11 record in 39 appearances, started 27 of them. Also played for the Empire State Grays for 5 games. 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 6 walks. And now he's here with the Bombers in the Session 2 section of this season. Leading it off for Team China, it'll be Tianwan Hu. Second baseman, usually the leadoff hitter for this Team China squad. After him, it'll be Wenbin Qing, Pei Liang, the top 3 guys, and then Jiaji Chen, the designated hitter in the 4 spot. Yi Zhu, the right fielder in the 5 spot. Mingjin Zhang, the third baseman, rounding out the 6 top guys. First pitch is outside from Cole for ball 1. After Zhang, it's Ning Li, the catcher, batting 7th. Yu Yang Li, 8th at first base. And then the 9-hitter, the shortstop, Kirui Wu. Here's the 1-0. Just outside and high, and it's 2-0. So Tianwan Hu batting at a .259, 7 for 27, 10 runs, but 10 walks. So he's very patient at the plate and is now in a hitter's count, 2-0. Right down the middle at 90 on the fastball, and it's 2-1. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball fouled back to the screen, and it's 2-2. Hu Tianwan, 4 stolen bases. Hasn't been caught yet, so if he gets on here, good chance he might try and take second or third. Outside, it's a full count, 3-2. Noah Cole already having to work here with his first batter of the CWL season, as Tianwan Hu and this China offense is very good at looking at pitches and getting good contact hitting, playing a lot of small ball. 3-2. Just outside, and the leadoff man is on here in the first inning.
Yeah, great at bat by Tianwan Hu. He's really your prototypical leadoff hitter. Not a ton of pop in the bat, but he gets on base on a high clip. This China offense doesn't walk as much as you'd think they would with them being as efficient as they are, but the thing is they do not strike out. They put the ball in play all the time, and they run everything out. They find ways to get on.
That walk by Hu is the 35th for China this season. The first pitch to Wenbin Qing is in there for strike 1. Wenbin Qing hitting a little better at a .353. 12 for 34. He's been a big part of this offense. Driven in 5 runs and has scored 5 runs. With Hu on first. Here's the 0-1 from Cole. Breaking ball is just in the zone, and it's 0-2. So Wenbin Ching needing to protect here quickly in his first AB. Quickly down 0-2. A big gap between first and second as Jayden Brown looks to cover the bag on a stolen base attempt. 0-2. Fouls it off himself. Will do it again at 0-2. We've seen some good opposite field hitting from Team China, so that big gap between Brown and Macabrota at first would be big for a good opposite field hit and would most likely bring Hu at a first to third. For now, still 0-2. No score here in the bottom of the first. That one gets past Collins, and Hu will easily take second. No need for a steal attempt as the wild pitch brings him over quite easily, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, right there, Collins. He has been trying to establish that breaking ball in this at-bat. He threw a couple fastballs, but it's been 2 or 3 breaking balls in a row, and right there it looked like he just tried to do a little bit too much, tried to get the swing and miss down and away, and just pulled it.
1-2 now from Cole. It's a soft grounder to third. That's Bubba Thompson. He bobbles it. Sorry, that's Drueck. He bobbles it, and everybody is safe as Wenbin Ching gets on the error at third by Drueck.
And this is how the China offense operates. They put balls in play at just about a higher rate than anyone in the league, and they run everything out. They run the bases really well, and it's really difficult to catch up with them once you're giving stuff up like that on an error.
Tianwan Hu at third. Wenbin Ching at first. Runners on the corners now for Pei Liang. Liang takes low for ball 1.
Because once you give China a chance like this, runners on the corners and no outs, we've seen it all season. They play small ball better than everyone. They pull off double steals. They'll pull off squeezes, slashes. They'll hit and run.
In the dirt. Nice pick there from Collins, but it's 2-0.
It's really the offense that just completely epitomizes giving a team an inch and they'll take a mile.
China undefeated when they score in the first inning. They've done it a lot this season. As a 2-0 now, runners on the corners. No score in the bottom of the first. That one's grounded to third, past the outstretched glove of Drueck. 1 run comes in. Who will score? And it's an RBI single for Pei Liang and an early 1-0 lead for China.
Yeah, great job by Pei Liang there. He saw a couple breaking balls in that at-bat, and then there's a fastball right over the heart of the plate, a little bit low in the zone. He's just on top of it and gets a chopper that Drueck had a chance at it, but it took a brutal hop right over his head. And it doesn't matter how hard you get it when they get into the outfield.
Jiaji Chen swings and misses at the first pitch from Noah Cole. China now lead at 1-0 in the bottom of the first. As now still no outs, Wenbin Ching is on second. Pei Liang, after the RBI single, stands on first. Another nice pick from Collins, but it's outside and it's 1-1. So 1 run already in on the hit and error from Davis Drueck. 2 on, no outs still. And the 1-1 to Chen. Inside nearly hits him, and it's 2-1. Not the start you're looking for if you're Noah Cole, especially in your first appearance with the CWL and with the Bombers. Already somebody warming up in that Bombers bullpen. That's grounded to third. Drueck will tag the bag, throw to second for 1. On the first! Safe! Just barely, almost a triple play. Jiaji Chen just makes it in time, but they get 2 on the play. Chen now stands at first with 2 outs. So nearly a triple play, the first triple play we'd see all season. Just barely gets there in time is Chen.
What a perfect, I mean, that was about as perfect as you could set it up. A slow chopper that's picked up by Drueck. He gets it, fires it off to Thompson. And then the quick feed down to first. It takes a strong throw. He got it there, and Jiaji Chen just beat it out. It's a Bombers team that we've seen have a difficult time turning those plays like that. We've seen a couple errors up the middle by them, but that was perfect.
Runner goes. Collins throw to second's not in time. As the pitch was outside, it's 2-0. So no triple play, but I'm sure Noah Cole is very happy that he was able to get 2 outs out of that one. As now he can relax, try to get this out number 3, and only come out of here with the 1 run given up.
And the big thing, even though he didn't get that triple play, he still didn't concede a run. It's still just a 1-run game right now, and he's got a chance to get an out in any way here and end the inning.
2-1, 2 outs, runner on second. That one is just inside. It's 3-1. China scores first here in the bottom half, but a double play minimizes the damage for now. Still a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Noah Cole checks second. The 3-1 is down low, and it's another walk, the second walk of the inning for Team China, as Yi Zhu will take first. And Mingjin Zhang will stand in 2 on, 2 outs. And there's going to be a little meeting at the mound. Mason Collins runs over to his pitcher.
I like the meeting because I know it's early in the game and it hasn't been that long of an inning, but it's still a lengthy inning, and it's been an up and down roller coaster of emotions out there. So just a chance to reset, get Noah Cole's heart rate just a little bit down, give him a second to think, really, and get ready for another hitter in this dangerous China lineup.
Zach Novus warming in the Bombers bullpen. Inside to Zhang, and it's 1-0.
I don't know if there's much said in that meeting about any approach, but so far this inning, Noah Cole hasn't really had a grip on that breaking ball.
1-0, swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. So a walk, an error on Davis Drueck, a single, and then the fielder's choice and the walk. Put 2 on here with 2 outs and a run already in. 1-0 China in the bottom of the first, and the 1-1 is outside for ball 2. Some good takes for Team China as they wait for their pitch. Here's the 2-1. Fouled back to the screen, and it's 2-2. Ning Lee stands on deck. Mingjin Zhang hitting at a .333, 9 for 27 with 3 RBIs and 4 walks. Now the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Noah Cole gets out of it with just the 1 run allowed, but Team China takes the 1-0 lead. We're heading to the top of the second.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
Family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Welcome to the top of the second here as Team China take a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. For the top of the second, it'll be Nolan Macabroda, Howie Hatton, and Mason Collins. And with me is a very special guest, the shortstop, mostly for the Palm Springs Chill, Jarrett Burney. Jarrett, how are you doing today?
Doing well. Nice practice day, so it's nice and relaxed today.
Very nice, very nice. So you guys had your workout on the turf field, as that one is into right center field. That's going to get down for extra bases. Macabroda is going to jog into second with a leadoff double. And already some quick action here on the first pitch, the first hit of the game for the Bombers. And Macabroda is in scoring position with no outs. So Jarrett, you guys play Team China tomorrow at the turf field. What are you watching in terms of this team and how they're pitching?
Well, I think they're the most consistent team out here, whether it's throwing strikes, filling up the zone, or just putting bat to ball. And so that's what I think will be tough on the turf field, is just the defensive aspect of it. Because like I said, they put the bat to ball really well, and so they like to stay on top of the ball. They hit a lot of ground balls just to make action happen, which is going to be difficult over there. We just got to make the routine plays and just play catch over there and not give them too many extra chances and extra bases.
A lot of good contact hitting from this China team as Howie Hatton swings and misses, and now it's 1-1. How are you liking Palm Springs so far?
I'm enjoying it, honestly. Being from Georgia and Atlanta, there's not too many mountains around us, so it's cool to see all the mountains around and some good weather this time of year. The only thing about me is just, I guess I've been getting a little bit of elevation sickness here, so I'm just trying to get over that a little bit, but it's nothing too crazy.
Yeah, the mountains kind of surrounding everywhere in Palm Springs, as the highest peak is just right behind historic Palm Springs Stadium. 2-1 now to Howie Hatton, as that one's popped up. Under it is Yu Yang Lee, and he'll make the easy grab. Macabroda goes back to second for out number 1. So we did talk about this earlier, but we have noticed that you do a lefty warm-up swing. So can you explain to the crowd why it is you do that?
Yeah, I've actually been doing that for a while now, since before high school, actually. So almost about 10 years now. It was originally just to loosen up my back. I do still do it to loosen up my back mainly, but I also heard that there's some technique behind it, that you can actually realign your hands with a lefty swing before getting in the box. So I took that as an advantage to it as well. But for me, it's mainly to loosen up my back and just to feel out my back and everything, just see everything's loose and ready to go.
1-0, and that is a grounder to second, who throw on to first, and that's the second out. Macabroda will move to third. Mason Collins, the new catcher for the Bombers, grounds out to second, and it'll be Bubba Thompson with 2 outs. So we've seen a lot of players change teams. Is it kind of easier for you guys to kind of get acclimated with your teammates since you haven't really changed teams this season?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think that it seemed as if we had the best chemistry here, because I feel like a lot of the guys we got really acquainted with each other pretty much immediately when we got to the field.
Popped up to the catcher, Ning Lee, and he'll make the grab. So a leadoff double leads to no runs for the Bombers. We'll be back here for the bottom of the third. Still 1-0 China. We are back here with the bottom of the second as the Team China will come up to bat. It'll be Ning Li, Yu Yang Li, and Kuri Wu. The 7-8-9 hitters facing off against Noah Cole. They have already scored in the bottom of the first. As we are about to get set for the bottom of the second, Evan Patoka, Jarrett Burney, special guest here on the broadcast. Stephen Buxton will be joining back in the next inning. But Jarrett, let's talk a little more about your experience here. What have you liked about Palm Springs? Besides the weather.
Well, I like the area. It's because I'm a pretty laid back and chill guy. So, just the area. It's a good vibe out here. It's nice and chill, nice and relaxed. I think somebody was telling me earlier that the average age is 65 and a half or so.
Yeah, there's some areas with a lot of people that are older.
Yeah, but for me, it's nice and relaxing out here. So you literally just come out here and enjoy baseball.
So that's in there for strike one to Ning Li. Is there any sort of, there's a lot of golf courses here, a lot of resorts. Are you kind of into that, or have you I guess you really haven't had that much time to. But
No, I haven't had much time here, but as a golf player myself, I never really got into golf too much, but I am trying to now get into it. I didn't really pay attention to how difficult it really was, honestly. But, I'm enjoying it, trying to play a little bit more consistently so I can get better at it.
Yeah. Yeah, golf is one of those sports that is, pretty underappreciated in terms of how hard it really is.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's also, a game where you can just have some fun with friends. 2-2 inside, and it's a full count to Ning Li. Ning Li hitting at a 167, 3 for 18. Has 2 RBIs and 4 walks on the season. Yu Yang Li is on deck. 3-2. Outside, and it's another leadoff walk for Noah Cole, as Ning Li will take first with his 5th walk of the season. So Jarrett, on the Palm Springs Chill, who have you kind of gotten to be good friends with?
Tristan Charlo, he's a guy that I never knew until here, but it come to find out he actually played college ball with one of my friends from back home, Jamonte Woods. I knew him. We played in the same conference during college ball, and then he actually transferred and went to Kaiser, and they actually came to Reinhardt to play us in our opening round, our regional. And we had some bad blood throughout the years, but come to find out we're really, he's probably one of my favorite guys on the team, honestly.
Grounded to Brown, and it gets by Brown at second, and everyone's going to be safe. Jaden Brown boots the grounder at second. It's going to be an error for him, and it's 2 on with no outs.
There's a lot of NAIA guys, though, on our team, on the Chill. So I feel like we're all pretty, we're hardworking and just gritty ball players. So that's why I feel like come the end of this in the playoffs, I think we're going to be a dangerous team to face.
Dropping the bunt down is Curry Wu, pulling it back for ball 1. Yeah, it seems like the Chill, you guys have a lot of NAIA guys, a lot of guys that have kind of taken the same path in terms of everyone's out here trying to get a professional contract. As another bunt drops down as he goes around for strike 1. Everyone just here is coming here with the same goal, and I think that can really bring people together.
Exactly.
And it builds chemistry.
For sure.
How have you guys have only really played China once.
Well, that was our 3rd game yesterday against them. They've gotten us every time.
Swing and a miss, but gets hit on the ankle. How have you guys been able to handle all the bunting? China's really the only team that bunts a lot.
Yeah, honestly, I think they're the only team that's bunted against us, actually. They definitely try to put pressure on the defense. I've noticed that, well, this is the 2nd inning, but I noticed that they'll hang around in the game. They try to just stick around as close as possible, and then they just really start putting pressure on you throughout the middle and towards the end of the game.
Swing and a miss after the 2 bunt attempts. Kiri Wu's down swinging. The second strikeout of the game for Noah Cole, and it's back to the top of the lineup here as Tianwan Hu stands in with 2 on and 1 out. So what sort of differences do you guys have to do in terms of playing-wise between this field and the turf field? As that one gets away, both runners will advance to second and third.
I feel like playing-wise, it's not that much different because at the end of the day, you got to field the ball and throw the ball and play catch with it. But over there, it just seems like it's much faster with that ground over there on the turf. So you just got to play a little bit quicker than you would out here.
We've seen some people sliding. Have you tried sliding on that turf infield?
So I actually haven't got to yet. Not sure if I really want to over there. But we've only played 2 games over there, I believe, and I never really had the opportunity to slide over there. So, so far my legs are good, body's fine. I don't want to rip any pants over there for sure.
Infield in as that one's outside. It's 2-1 to Han Tuan Wu, who walked in his first AB, came around to score the first and only China run, and the only run in this game as China lead it 1-0 in the bottom of the second. Here's the 2-1. That's a chopper back to the pitcher. Cole, throw to first, is in the grass, and it gets into the outfield. 2 runs are going to come in, and China will take a 3-0 lead.
It's the pressure, I'm telling you.
Noah Cole's first outing in the CWL as he spikes that throw into the ground. Macabroda doesn't have any play on it. And Yu Yang Lee will be able to score that 3rd run. The Team China leads it 3-0. And now Tianwan Hu will be on first. Stolen base threat. He could take second here as Wenbin Jing will go at bat as Hu does run. Throw to second is perfect, and they got him.
What a throw.
Mason Collins, the new catcher, with a perfect dart to Jaden Brown at second, and that is the second out. So you guys finally got a second catcher on the roster. Ivan Salas, how has he been so far in the early going? That Plunk's Xing.
He's been well. We just picked him up. He had his first game yesterday, I believe. It's nice to have another backstop back there and let Chewy get some rest for sure.
Yeah, Nick Chichura really having a lot on it, or Chusano having a lot of games back there, a lot of starts.
Yeah, I mean he's a really good backstop though. I love having him there. Pretty energetic guy. It's nice to have a guy like him back there.
Really been carrying the load, and he's a big hustler too. We've seen on walks he sprints to first, so he works hard, has a good work ethic.
He does. Ooh.
Another one up at the head. Pei Liang has to back out of the way of it, and it's ball 1.
88 to the head.
(1-0). Xing on first, fakes running. That one's in there for strike 1. Does it really mess with the mind when somebody kind of throws it that close to your head?
It does, but it doesn't, because you can let it affect you. But as a hitter, sometimes you kind of get in there and you're just like, all right, I'm just going to ambush this fastball. But, I mean, obviously, depending on where they throw it, like that ball was in right there, so he probably kind of hesitated for a second.
Another fake run. That one's inside, and it's 2-1.
But also, he's been a little bit wild this inning, so one coming at your head, you're kind of just – he might have been taking automatically just to let him get back in the zone, not to help the pitcher out or anything.
2-1, fouls it back off himself, and it's 2-2. So 2 runs coming in on the E1 from Noah Cole as it's a 3-0 China lead here in the bottom of the second. (2-2) once again. Xing will run. And a bobble on the transfer as Collins no throw, and it's a full count. Xing takes second with the stolen base. So now 3-2, 2 outs. Still only one hit for Team China, but 3 runs coming in as that's inside, and it's another walk. The 4th walk of the game for Noah Cole, and Aaron Miles is going to come out there. Zach Novus is still warming up in that Bombers bullpen. So while we're doing the mound visit here, Jarrett, what is, in the early going, it's a pretty short season. Who's the hardest, most challenging pitcher you faced so far?
Ooh, see, I don't really pay attention to too many pitchers like that. I just pretty much get up there and see ball, hit ball for me, really. There are some guys chucking it. I'm not sure. That I think his name's Alan Carter for China. He came to close the game against us yesterday. I didn't get to face him, but he looked like he was throwing it really well.
Yeah, Alan Carter throwing at a consistent 94-95. Definitely the hardest pitcher here in the league, as Noah Cole is taken out for Zach Novus, who will come in for the Bombers here in the bottom of the second. We will be back after a short commercial break, and it'll be Zach Novus versus Jiaji Chen. 3-0 China.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
Like a family setting, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. They cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the
We are back here in the bottom of the second. 2 runs have already come in for Team China after the error by Noah Cole, as he's still responsible for Wenbin Jing and Pei Liang at first and second. 2 outs now, and it'll be Zach Novus stepping in. It's still Evan Patoka, Jarrett Burney joining us for the second inning, as Jiaji Chen will step in. He grounded into a fielder's choice in his last at-bat. Was the first out of an almost triple play in the bottom of the first. But now China leads it 3-0 as that one's in there for strike 1. So, Jarrett, let's talk about kind of what you do before games. You have like a pregame meal, a pregame routine, some sort of superstition?
Not exactly. Although if I do something specific before a game and I have a really good day, I may try to do it again or something like that. But I don't really have anything specifically that I'll try to do every time before a game. I like to get loose in the cages, but I mean, I'm not taking too many swings. I'm only probably going to take 2 rounds here and there, whether they're good or bad. Basically just get myself loose and ready to go for the game. Because when you step in that box, it's a completely different feel than in the cages.
Now, going off of that, since you don't have any specific thing you do or a superstition, do you have any teammates that have some weird pregame rituals, pregame superstitions?
Not that I know of. No. No, I don't think so, honestly.
Everyone's just kind of doing their own thing?
Yeah. Especially out here. Maybe at schools, their respective schools, then they might have had something they did throughout that whole season. But coming here, I mean, we're all just here just to play ball. It's basically what it comes down to.
So 3-2, 2 outs. Both runners will go as that one's driven into left field. That's going to get down for extra bases. Xing will score. Tianwan Hu's coming in. Pei Liang will come in to score. And it's a 2 RBI double for Jiaji Chen and a 5-0 lead for China. Four runs coming in this inning, as China's offense has blown it open here. 5-0, still in the bottom of the second inning. So that one is in there, 60 miles per hour for strike one. How's the living situation been going so far?
It's going well, actually. I got some pretty cool roommates. Tristan Baker on my team, on the chill. Braden Dalbatian. He's one of the big-time hitters on the Grizzlies. He's also a really cool dude. And then I have guy from the Bombers, another guy from the Grizzlies who's left. So it's just 4 of us right now, which is nice.
Some more space.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. That'll end the bottom of the second inning, but China score 4 more. Jared, it was a pleasure having you on the broadcast for this second inning, but we will be back for the top of the third. China lead it 5-0.
For 20 years, our family's mission has been simple. It all starts at Stuffed, where exceptional service meets bold flavors. Every crust, a masterpiece. Cocktails crafted to perfection in an atmosphere that brings family and friends together. Stuffed pizza, dine in or takeout. Savor and enjoy at our 2 locations. Quality, service, family legacy, it all starts at Stuffed.
Jessup Auto Plaza has been proudly serving the Coachella Valley since 1938 as your trusted family-owned auto destination. Now, electrify your drive with the Valley's most extensive range of electric vehicles. Drive the Chevrolet Blazer, Equinox, Silverado, the powerful GMC Hummer, Sierra, and the distinctive Cadillac Lyriq. Silent power, bold performance. Electrify your drive. Jessup Auto Plaza. Since 1938, the EV brands you love, the family you trust.
China have blown it open. It's the top of the third, and Huadong Kairang will come in as the second pitcher. Haizeng Wu finishing with 2 scoreless innings of work. It'll be Davis Drueck, Jaden Brown, and Doriel Beck. The 8-9-1 hitters just rang in the top of the third inning. China lead at 5-0 after a 4-run bottom of the second. And I did say we would have Stephen Buxton back, but we don't. Not quite yet, as we have another special guest after this first pitch is in there for strike 1. Jamonte Woods. We're just bringing the whole Chill team on here today.
I guess so. It's ironic that Chill, the hottest team in the league, in my opinion.
The 0-1 is in there as well, and it's 0-2. So you guys play Team China tomorrow on the turf field. What are you looking for in terms of their pitching?
We know that they're going to throw a lot of strikes. We know that they're competitive. They have some pretty solid off-speed stuff, and they have some guys who can throw it by people. So what I look for is just the team to be competitive, do the little things right at the plate, and do what we have to get base runners on and score runs. We've been close the last few times, and I think that, we're getting close to getting their number. It's a great swing on that ball right there.
Fly ball into center field. It'll be caught by Pei Liang for out number 1.
I think we're getting close to getting their number. We just got to do the little things right late in the game, and I think we should be all right.
So, Jamonte, now that Jarrett is no longer here, hear your honest thoughts on him.
It's actually funny. Me and Jarrett, the last 3 years, we played against each other. We were at rival schools when I was at Point University and he was at Reinhardt. And then when I went down to Kaiser, we ended up playing in the Reinhardt Regional, so it was pretty good. I've seen him play the last few years, and I think he's one of the better players that I've ever played with or against. He always competes. And now being on his team, it's a little easier playing with him than it is against him because, he is a good player. He's hard to get out at the plate, doesn't strike out a lot. But no, most of all, I think that I really learned is he's a smart player. The things that he does on the field and the way that he moves and adjusts his body and when he's at the plate, the things that he can do. He's a very high baseball IQ player, and I love playing up the middle with him especially. It's kind of what I like to say is like a Sonic and Knuckles kind of combo, you know? And whoever's who, can we leave that up to interpretation, but I love playing with him.
Well, a quick 1-2-3 inning. Jamonte, we will be back with you at the bottom half of the third inning, but for now, a quick 1-2-3 inning. Huadong Kairang gets through the 8-9-1 hitters, still 5-0 China. Back here for the bottom of the third inning, 5-0, Team China leads. It'll be Mingjin Zhang, Ning Li, and Yu Yang Li to be the 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the third. China trying to extend their 5-0 lead. Zach Novus back up on the mound for his second inning of work. He's not charged with a run, but still allowed 2 to come in on Noah Cole's side. That one's low for ball 1. So, Jamonte, you're from Oregon.
Yes, sir.
How do you like the weather and everything here in Palm Springs?
You know, I'm really enjoying it. You know, when I was leaving, it was like 20 degrees. A couple of days, it was a little bit colder than that. You know, upwards like hot days of like 40, 38 degrees. So, getting down here to the sunshine, especially going to school down in Florida for the last year before I had to come back home before winter ball. It's definitely a great adjustment. I'm enjoying it for sure, enjoying the nice little tan that I'm getting on my skin.
Have you been able to do anything out here in Palm Springs, or has it just been strictly ball?
A lot of it's been ball, but I had family down here that I haven't seen in a while, so I got to spend some time with them, you know, got to drive around, saw downtown, went to Palm Desert, did a few things. It's been a good time.
Good that you're, you know, mixing in some fun alongside the work you guys are putting in. You guys did have a workout, the Chill did on the turf field. But tomorrow versus China on the turf field. So how do you feel about the turf field in comparison to here?
I definitely like the feel for sure of playing in the stadium more.
That one is lined into left, and it'll be caught by Dickerson for out number 2.
I definitely love the feel and the atmosphere of playing in the stadium more, but I think it's going to be interesting to play against China in their small ball approach on the turf, because the turf is a lot quicker than the grass in the stadium. So it's going to be fun. I think we've been really competitive. I think we have a good chance to get them tomorrow. They're a great team, you know, obviously the national team. So it's fun to get out and compete against them at such a high level, you know.
Now, obviously, you and Jarrett usually play middle infield for the Chill. So the bunting doesn't really affect you guys that much, but how do you guys as infielders, along with McGuire, Braden Spano, Tristan Charlo, kind of prepare for China's bunting?
You know, it's just repetition and mentally, you know, being locked into the game. We got to know where the ball's going, because we know, you know, we've kind of figured out a little pattern and when they're going to bunt and in the situation in the games. And, you know, we're going to have to know where the ball's going, the situation in the game, and how to effectively make that play. You know, at the end of the day, we just our skip, he preaches, make sure we get the one out. Make sure we get one out. We don't want to come out with nothing and, you know, multiple runners on. Puts a lot more pressure on the pitchers, more pitches they have to throw. So we just got to be effective and do the little things right and know where the ball's got to go, and I think we have a good shot to get them.
1-2 with 2 outs here as Ning Lee looks to get on for a second time in this game. He walked in his first AB in the second inning. Now back up in the third, faces the 1-2. In there for strike 3. The breaking ball from Novus freezes Lee as we are done with 3. 5-0 China lead. Jamonte, thank you for coming on to the broadcast.
Thank you, sir.
Really appreciate it as we will head to the top of the 4th. Top of the 4th, first pitch is high to Joshua Hoffman, who's leading off the 4th. It'll be the 2-3-4 hitters, Hoffman, Dickerson, and Macabrota. Evan Patoka alongside Steven Buxton. Welcome back, Steven.
It's been a while. I wasn't sure if I was ever allowed to come back, really.
Well, we're here. We're here, and Hua Dong Kai Rang had a very solid first inning of work in the 3rd. 8 pitches. We haven't had double-digit pitches from a China pitcher yet in this game. So that one is in there, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, so far it's basically your prototypical China game. They've come in, they've worked their counts, they've taken their free bases, they've put up a big number, and on the mound it's been dominant.
Soft grounder foul down the third base line. Aaron Miles will pick it up and toss it into the China dugout.
And the most impressive part of their dominance this season is what we've seen today. Again, Huadong Kai Rang out there, and he's just been making quick work of every batter.
5-0. China leads here in the top of the 4th. That one's fouled back. We'll do it again at 2-2. 1 run in the first, then 4 in the second inning. 2 of them coming on the error by Noah Cole, as he got taken out of the game for Zach Novus, and he's been pretty decent since then. 2-2 popped up infield way. It'll be Hu and Wu, and it'll be Hu to make the catch for out number 1. That one was skied in between the 2 middle infielders. And it was Tianwan Hu able to reach under it, make the grab, fighting the sun, as everybody seems to be doing here in the outfield games.
And it was skied because it looks like that was a breaking ball above the zone. Somehow Josh Hoffman managed to get a piece of it. It was about 3 or 4 inches above the zone, and he was well under it, and again, hits it about 100 feet in there for an easy out.
Elijah Dickerson grounded to second in his first at-bat in the first inning, and is now down quickly 0-2. So Hua Dong Kai Rang, otherwise known as Roger, looking to get another 1-2-3 inning after making quick work of the 8-9-1 hitters in the third.
And it looks like someone just hit a home run on the backfield. I think we've got the post-grad guys practicing out there right now. A ball ended up in right center field.
Yeah, we've had a few instances in the past couple weeks where post-grad teams will play each other after these two games in the CWL. Of course, they're not live streamed or anything like that, as that's a swing and a miss by Dickerson. And it is the first strikeout for Rang, but the fifth straight batter he is retired in this one. 5 for 5, hasn't allowed a base runner yet in his outing, and now it's Nolan Macabrota who hit a shot into the gap for a double. That's the only hit so far for the Bombers. Lefty-lefty matchup, Macabrota versus Rang. Curveball's in there for strike one.
Yeah, and Macabrota's been one of the best players in the league, arguably the best player on the Bombers this season. He's been leading the way offensively. He's been solid on the mound, and, I mean, it's just about what we've seen every day with him. Had a fastball over the heart of the plate and absolutely crushed it into the outfield for that double.
He swung and missed at that fastball, and it's 0-2. Macabrota seems like he's also played for the most teams so far out of anybody this season. 0-2 is crushed again, but that one's going to go out foul to the right side. Howie Hatton stands on deck. Mason Collins up after him. Macabrota needing to get on here with 2 outs. 5-0. Trying to lead it in the top of the fourth. 0-2. Breaking ball in the dirt, and it's 1-2. One, two. Fouled back. We'll do it again. Macabrota doing a good job at looking at his pitch, but on that first pitch, as we mentioned, he saw it coming, and he smashes it all the way to the right center field gap. Wasn't able to score, though, as that is the only hit for the Bombers against Team China. 1-2. Just misses low, and it's 2-2. Macabrota hitting at a 5 for 22 so far with the Bombers. 227 average, 3 RBIs, and he drills that deep right field. He knows, everybody knows, that's way out of here. An absolute bomb for Nolan Macabrota, and the Bombers are on the board. It's 5-1.
Having a rare mistake from Chinese pitching. Huadong Kai Rang hangs a curveball right over the heart of the plate, and after a long at-bat, Nolan Macabrota has seen a little bit of everything out of him. He'd been trying to speed him up with the fastball, got a couple in a row. He fouled them off, and right there he saw it, and he did not miss it. 401 feet over that wall, 104 off the bat. I mean, that's just impressive strength from the big man. It was coming in at 69.
That pitch was somewhat outside as well. Nolan Macabrota gets the Bombers on the board with a shot over the right field wall as Howie Hatton takes strike one.
I think this is the first day of the Winter League that we've had multiple home runs.
Everybody learning pitching, trying to hit it over that wall, getting some power in there. As the fastball's in there, quickly down 0-2 is Hatton. Second lefty to hit a home run here at the stadium. The first one was Matthew Warren of the Canada A's. Hatton will call timeout. Don't think Matthew Warren went nearly as far as that one. Off the bat, Macabrota didn't even try running. He knew that one was gone. Just from the sound. Outside, and it's 1-2.
Fourth home run of the year for the Bombers. Eddie Javier Jr. had one. Davis Druick had one. Bubba Thompson had one. Druk had one yesterday, so it's back-to-back days for the Bombers with a bomb.
They're called the Bombers for a reason, as Howie Hatton fouls that one back. We'll do it again at 1-2. Eddie Javier Jr. has departed from the California Winter League because he got a contract. He signed a contract. Congrats to him. He was very good in his few games here with the CWL, and it earned him a professional deal. That one's high for ball 2. Now here is the 2-2. 2 outs, 5-1. That one is into center field for a base hit. Howie Hatton quickly rounds first, and it is a single after the home run. Hatton's on first with 2 outs.
Yeah, great job by Hatton. Takes another breaking ball that was hung over the zone. Looked like a changeup there. 76 up and in. Gets it off the hands and just shoves it into left center field for a hit. Moves the line along to to Mason Collins.
Mason Collins stands in. He takes high for ball 1. Couple of very hard hit balls off of Hua Dong Kai Rang. The home run by Macabrota was 104 off the bat. And that single from Howie Hatton, 94 off the bat. There's another ball over the wall. Those CPG guys on the turf field have to be careful. Keep calling timeout. Someone's going to have to intervene.
Yeah, Nolan Macabrota had a home run. The post-grad guys pay it back there. They're having batting practice on the backfield, and not sure who just hit it out.
Curveball's in there for strike 1. Exchanging blows are Macabrota and the post-grad guys on the turf field. They hit one here, he hits one there, and they hit one here back. Howie Hatton is on first now, 2 outs, 1-1 to Collins is down and away for ball 2. 5-1, China leads it. They scored 1 in the first, 4 in the second, and then the home run by Nolan Macabrota put the Bombers on the board, now only down 4. As the 2-1 to Mason Collins. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, and Collins yesterday, 2 for 3, a great debut for the Winter League. He started on the mound for the Bombers. Through 3 innings, didn't allow a hit, had just 1 run against him, struck out 5. And again, 2 for 3 with a single and a double, and 2 runs scored. It's a pretty good day, too.
2-2. Fouled back. He fights it off. We'll do it again. Collins grounded out to second in his first at-bat. The second out of the second inning. So far, this is by far the longest inning we've seen from China in terms of pitch count. Another barely tipped foul ball, and it's still 2-2. Howie Hatton stands on first after the single. Now a 2-2, 2 outs. As Bubba Thompson stands on deck if Collins were to get on here. 2-2 pitch. Inside, he has to bend out of the way, and it's a full count now. Howie Hatton will be running. So Howie Hatton going to get a head start here as it's 3-2 with 2 outs. Rang kicks and fires the 3-2. Check swing. He goes around. And that will end the top of the 4th. But Nolan Macabrota with an absolute bomb to right field puts the Bombers on the board. It's 5-1 heading to the bottom of the 4th.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power are two teams that are committed to excellence, community, and the spirit of winning. We'll see you all at the ballpark.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Yeah, it's their 9-hole.
Bottom of the 4th inning. 9-1-2 coming up here against Zach Novus, who's back out there. He's done a pretty solid job on the mound, pitching very slow. 57 first pitch, and it's 1-0. Kirui Wu leads off for Team China, and then it'll be Tianwan Hu and Wenbin Jing. That's in there for strike one. China up 5-1 here in the bottom of the 4th. Have a sizable lead, but trying to extend it here as Nolan Macabrota got the Bombers on the board with a home run. Breaking ball is down and away for ball 2. Three errors for Bombers defense. Fouled back off the mask of Collins, and it's 2-2. Fouled back will do it again. Zach Novus has played for multiple teams as well in this league. Same with his brother Tino, as both of these guys have gone around the CWL, just kind of plug-and-play dudes. Both of them have performed pretty well, though, in their short outings as a 2-2. There's a grounder to second, as that's a throw to first. It's not Jaden Brown out there. There's a defensive switch that we might have missed there. That looks to be number 35, Mark Hernandez at second base. So he gets the put out there at second, and there's one out for Hyun Tuan Woo.
Yeah, and on the mound, Zach Novus, him and his brother Tino, it's really similar pitching style, except one's righty, one's lefty, but it's going to be low 70s. Maybe they might get up to 74.
First pitch is into right field, and that is a single on the first pitch for Tianwan Hu. Jaden Brown now out there and right.
They're not going to blow you away, but what they're going to do is they're going to pound the zone. Their one goal is really throw strikes, work quick, and basically just keep the game moving as they can. There's no slowing those two down. It's basically get the sign and fire right away.
First pitch to Wenbin Jing is in there for strike one.
And that's part of what can make a pitcher effective when the batter doesn't even have time to think out there. It's just pitch after pitch after pitch, and they're all in the zone.
Grounded into the China dugout, and it is quickly 0-2.
It just speeds things up about as much as you really can speed up a pitch coming at you at 70, 71, 72.
Very slow on the offering from Novus, but it does have the movement in order to keep him in the games. One's a fly ball into center field. Hoffman is under it. He will let it drop, and it's another single. Wenbin Jing, back-to-back singles now for Team China as they're threatening once again. Pei Liang will try to bring somebody in here with one out. China up 5-1 here in the bottom of the fourth. Looking for their 10th win. The first team to double-digit wins if this holds up here in the afternoon game. First pitch from Novus. In there for strike one. So Tianwan Hu a single. Wenbin Jing a single. 1 out, 2 on here, the 0-1. It's a grounder foul. And it is quickly 0-2 yet again. '61. As he said, he does pitch very slowly, but it works. He has to work out of this jam, though. 2 on, 1 out. And now the 0-2 to Pei Liang. Outside, and it's 1-2. Pei Liang has reached in both of his ABs, singling in the first, walking in the second, coming around to score one of the 4 runs that were scored in that second inning. As that's grounded, that's going to be foul. Some weird spin on that one, as it was fair, just kind of curves out. Jurek not able to do anything about that, and it's still 1-2. Pei Liang now hitting at a 7 for 29. 7th run he scored for the season. As time is called, do it again at 1-2. Nobody warming in either bullpen. We've seen China throw a lot of guys in there, usually every 2 innings or so. Fouled back, we'll do it again. Huadong Kairang pitched 2 innings, and it looks like he might be coming out for a third if nobody's warming up in that China bullpen.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. I can't tell you how many guys in the last handful of games for China have even gone 3 innings. I mean, it's usually 2 up and downs for the pitchers, and then they're at least getting a guy ready.
Another foul off to the right side to the bleachers.
We've seen guys go out for a 3rd inning of work, but I don't know if I've seen one finish a 3rd outside of maybe some starters for China in the last week or so.
Well, besides the home run and the single, Huadong Kairang really has been pretty good. Threw a lot of pitches in that 4th inning, but only had an 8-pitch 3rd. See what happens as trying to go for the pitch was Novus, but he'll step off, and both runners will go back to their respective bases. Tianwan Hu at second. Wenbin Jing at first after 2 straight singles. Still only 1 out here in the 1-2 to Pei Liang. Swing and a miss. Zach Novus gets the strikeout. And that is a big second out for the Bombers. Jiaji Chen will stand in, looking for his first hit of the game.
Yeah, Novus right there. He went a couple fastballs in a row and then buries a changeup down and in.
Jiaji Chen, that one's fouled back to the right, is actually going to be pinch hit for, as that is number 71, Liu Yun. So Liu Yun will stand in for his first AB. Going to take over that DH spot for Jiaji Chen, who finishes 0 for 2. Swing and a miss. And now it's quickly 0-2 again. That's high, and it's 1-2. Two on, 5-1. China lead it. The 1-2. Inside, it's 2-2. So Zach Novus able to get the first 2 strikes relatively early on in these at-bats, but kind of falls behind the China pitching as they have some good patience. and it is 2-2 with 2 outs. Fouled back, and we'll do it again at 2-2. This China team, 9-2, has been very good hitting-wise and pitching-wise. Trying to extend their lead 5-1 and a 2-2 in the dirt, and it's a full count. Both runners will be going here on the 3-2 with 2 outs. So Tianwan Hu at second. Wenbin Jing at first will be getting head starts here, but Zach Novus will step off the backside, and we'll do it again at 3-2. Yi Zhao will stand on deck if Yun were to get on here, but the 3-2. That's into right field, a base hit over the jumping Macabroda. 1 run is in, Hu will score, and it's 6-1. Ball gets by Novus, and here comes Zing. Zing will score. And Liu Young will take second on the error. 2 runs come in, and it's 7-1 China. That ball just over the leaping Nolan Macabroda at first. Errant throw gets under Novus's glove and into the dugout of China, and 2 runs come in. It's 7-1.
Yeah, Evan, that's just it's honestly a disaster sequence for the Bombers right there. They desperately needed to get out of this inning without any damage, and right when they were on the brink of it, Liu Yun has a great at-bat right there, takes a fastball outside, almost gets jammed on it and throws it out to right field, and once that happens, it gets over Macabroda's head. The errant throw just adds salt to the wound after 1 already scored.
And yet again, Yi Zhu. Zach Novus has a 0-2 count again, the 3rd batter in 4 to start off 0-2, but hasn't worked. A single, and another single. Bring in 2, alongside with the error, as 2 runs come in, and it's 7-1 China here in the bottom of the 4th. Another slow breaking ball in the dirt, and it's 2-2. This is still Zach Novus's inning. No one warming up in that Bombers bullpen. 2-2, and it's another full count. 3-2. Novus working fast. Pitching slow, though, as he's stuck in another rut here. 3-2. 2 outs. There's a grounder to second. Hernandez takes the really bad hop and still makes the play at second. But China scores 2 more on the single by Liu Yun in the error as they lead it 7-1, heading to the top of the 5th.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Good things come in 3s, like our Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99. Maybe the saying should be good things come in 19.99s. Maybe not. The Dave & Buster's Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99.
Here we go, the top of the 5th inning, and it is a new pitcher for China. We expected this to happen, as everyone just keeps on throwing 2 innings of work. Judy Swo will stand in as the new pitcher for Team China from the right side, as he will be facing off against the bottom 3 in the lineup: Bubba Thompson, Davis Drueck, Jaden Brown, to start off this top of the 5th inning. The Bombers needing a miracle comeback here. Already down 6, 7-1. They did score on the Nolan Macabrota home run in the top of the 4th, but China responds with 2 on the single and error from Lu Yun, the pinch hitter. Pinch hitting for Xiaji Chen came in clutch, and it's a 6-run lead for China. Bubba Thompson will stand in. He popped out to the catcher Li Ning in the 2nd inning. Now stands in for his 2nd AB of the game here in the 5th. First pitch from Swo is in the zone for strike 1.
Yeah, Judy Swo coming in, replacing Wadon Kai Rang. And tell me when you've heard this before, a China pitcher coming in with an ERA in the high 1s.
Yeah, with a team that has a combined 1.29 ERA, you aren't going to see many pitchers that are really doing that bad, and Judy Swo is no exception. The 0-2 fouled off way into Sunrise Park off to the right side, and it stays 0-2.
Yeah, Swo coming in with a 1.82 ERA, actually one of the worst ERAs on the team somehow. 7 2/3 innings. He's allowed just 2 runs, both of them earned.
Outside for ball 1.
A 13-5 strikeout to walk ratio is going to get it done.
1-2 is popped up foul to the right side. It's going to get into the bleachers, or a little over the bleachers, and it stays 1-2. Yeah, 5 guys on this China pitching staff. 0 ERA with a combined 30 innings pitched. An insane lineup of Chinese pitchers. That one's grounded down the third base line, foul. So 4 fouls for Bubba Thompson as it stays 1-2. Swo's given up 2 runs, 2 earned, 6 hits in 7 2/3 innings as Bubba Thompson takes it high and outside for ball 2.
Yeah,
2-2.
Evan, Bubba was really struggling coming into this week.
Grounder to third, a soft grounder. It's going to be a great play for Zhang if he gets it, and he does. A nice throw, running throw for Zhang at third. And Bubba Thompson is out on the 5-3 putout.
But Bubba Thompson was really struggling as recently as January 30th. I think that was Friday. He had just 1 hit on the year. He's got 9 on the year right now, and it's really the last couple of days that have been floating his season. He had 2 against the Blue Sox, 2 against the Chill, and 3 against the Power yesterday. Or I'm sorry, that's on Tuesday.
Well, talking about a guy who's as hot as ever, Davis Drueck, 0 for 1 today, but that one's going to be blooped into center field for a base hit. Davis Drueck has his first hit of the game, and there's a man on first with 1 out for Jaden Brown. Davis Drueck, his 9th hit of the season. He had a monster performance yesterday. 6-1 win for the Bombers. Davis Drueck drove in all 6 of them. Hit a 3-run homer, got 3 more RBIs on the day. He was basically the whole offense, and now he's got a hit here in the 5th inning.
Yeah, Drueck's 4 for his last 5 with 3 singles and a home run and 6 RBIs.
Jaden Brown takes one in there for strike 1. Jaden Brown hitting at a 111, 2 for 19 with 3 walks and 3 runs scored. Has a man on first with 1 out, as that's a high fly ball into shallow right center field. It'll be Zhao calling it, making the grab for out number 2. back to the top of the lineup as Mark Hernandez is going to be pinch hitting for Dorial Beck, who got 2 ABs. Struck out looking in the first, popped out to second in the third. As Mark Hernandez, the defensive replacement who came in last inning, is now up to bat for his first at-bat.
I'm not sure if Zhao knew how many outs there were, because once he caught it, he kind of tossed it and kept jogging over towards the China dugout as if he thought it was the third out of the inning.
Could be the case here, as there's 2 pitchers warming up in the bullpen for the Bombers. One of them is Chaz Graham, and the other one is Michael Sims. Swing and a miss, and it is a 1-1 count. Michael Sims listed as an infielder. Don't know if he's actually pitched yet this season, but he's up in that bullpen. Chaz Graham, of course, has pitched a fair amount for the Bombers.
Yeah, I don't think Sims has pitched at all this year. He's normally been their shortstop.
Fouled back to the screen, and it's 1-2. So 1-2, 2 outs, 7-1. The China lead. China leads it here in the top of the 5th. Runner on first in Davis Drueck after he singled, as Judy Swo will step off. We'll do it again at 1-2. There we go, the 1-2, Drueck running, and that's fouled back into Sunrise Park. And Drueck will have to make the trot back to first. We'll do it again at 1-2. So 4 errors now for the Bombers' defense. None for China. Their defense has been pretty immaculate, as they've been practicing that defense pretty much after every game, even win or loss. Fouled back to the screen, and it's another 1-2.
Yeah, it's the only team we've seen China after. If they play an afternoon game, if they're at the last game at the stadium, almost every time we've seen them stick around and at bare minimum either get batting practice or some fielding practice out there for at least an hour or so.
They have some of the hardest work ethics we've seen in this league, as that one is a high pitch, but it's hit into the gap in right center field, and it gets past the diving Zing, and rounding third, scoring easily is Drueck. It's a double for Mark Hernandez in his first AB of the game. It is 7-2. The deficit has been decreased to 5, as now Josh Hoffman will try and keep the train moving. Still, the Bombers down 5.
Yeah, Mark Hernandez, his second hit of the year in the Winter League. He started off yesterday with the Bombers, got hit and had a single, stole a base, scored both times, and the Bombers would really like if he could score again here with Josh Hoffman up.
Hoffman takes high for ball 1. He's 0 for 2. Ground out to third in the first, popped out to second in the 4th inning. Would be a good spot for a first hit here, as the Bombers need as much offense as they can get here. They score a run for the second straight inning, but still down 5, 7-2. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1.
And Evan, I think between Hernandez and Collins and Cole, I mean, the Bombers might be the most improved team out of getting guys for session 2.
That one is in there, and it's 1-2. Bombers have been able to do a good job this inning at fighting off pitches, getting foul balls. We saw 4 from Thompson, and we saw 3 from Mark Hernandez before the RBI double. Hoffman now sits at the 1-2. That is a soft grounder, and that will be foul. Over to Aaron Miles at third base. So the double from Mark Hernandez scores Davis Drueck. 7-2, China leads it now. The 6-run deficit goes to 5. As they try to keep the train moving with Joshua Hoffman. He has a 1-2 with 2 outs. Breaking ball is low, and it's 2-2. Still two guys going in that Bombers bullpen. Judy Swo trying to get out of it with just the one run given up. 2-2. That's a high pop fly. It's going to get into the stands kind of near us, as it lands right behind home plate. And we'll do it again at 2-2. So the Bombers play tomorrow at 10 versus the Grizzly, and then Team China plays the Chill, who we talked to a couple of their guys earlier in the game about their matchup on the turf field, as that one is high for ball 3. China's last game was against the Palm Springs Chill. They took a 2-1 victory. That was on the main field at the stadium. They will face off again tomorrow. 3-2. Swing and a miss. So Judy Swo just gives up the one run, but Mark Hernandez double scores Davis Drewek. We're going to be heading to the bottom of the 5th. 7-2. China lead it.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
Bottom of the 5th, Zach Novus is coming back out there for another inning of work. He gave up 2 in the last inning as China lead at 7-2. There was one defensive change from Aaron Miles and his squad. Michael Sims is now in at shortstop, replacing Bubba Thompson after he grounded out to third in his last at-bat in the top half of the 5th. Now in the bottom half, Michael Sims is at short, and Ming Jin Zhang will lead it off for Team China, looking to extend their lead once again. First pitch is low for ball 1. Nice little breeze. In the morning it was from right to left, and now it's left to right as that one's driven into left field. Dickerson's under it. He'll make the grab for a quick out, number 1. Ning Lee will stand in now. He walked in the second inning, struck out looking to end the third. Has faced Zach Novus once, was that strikeout looking, and he is now up for his second at-bat versus Novus. Third at-bat in total, hitting at a 167. Right back at Novus, but it's short for Sims, and he makes the quick throw to first. First pitch, 3 pitches, 2 outs here for Novus in the 5th inning.
88 off the bat, coming right at Novus. Get out of the way. He put up the glove, almost got a glove on it, but it was really just try and get down, try and hide from the ball, basically. Good job by Sims backing it up and being able to get the clean 6-3 put out.
The wind really blowing now as we have a pinch hitter for Yu Yang Lee. It is Jin Jun Luo, number 72, standing in now. First pitch is in there for strike 1 to Luo, his first at-bat of the game.
Already a couple switches from China. We usually don't see a ton of subs out of them. Typically, they keep the same lineup out there for just about the whole game.
In the dirt for ball 2. Jinjung Luo has the lowest average on this team that has a combined 271 average as a team. He's hitting at a 130, 3 for 23 with a run scored, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Swings foul, tips it off the mask of Collins, and it's 1-2. The wind really picking up here, as it is now 1-2 with 2 outs. Fouled back to the Bombers' dugout. We'll do it again at 1-2. I think it's about time now we talk about Jinjun Luo. He has played for the Texas Air Hogs in 2018 and 2019. And a bit of a trend. We've seen a lot of Chinese players play for the 2018-2019 Texas Air Hogs. As that one is in there for strike 3. Jinjun Luo goes down looking. It's a 1-2-3 for Zach Novus. We head to the top of the 6th. China still lead it 7-2.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Everyone knows good things come in threes, like our Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99. Maybe the saying should be good things come in 19.99s. Maybe not. The Dave & Buster's Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99.
For 20 years, our family's mission has been simple. It all starts at Stuffed, where exceptional service meets bold flavors. Every crust, a masterpiece. Cocktails crafted to perfection in an atmosphere that brings family and friends together. Stuffed pizza, dine-in or takeout. Savor and enjoy at our 2 locations. Quality, service, family legacy, it all starts at Stuffed.
Top of the 6th, and Judy Suo is back out there for his 2nd inning. Probably his 2nd and last inning, considering the pattern from the Chinese pitching staff. But 2nd inning nonetheless. He'll be facing off against Elijah Dickerson, Nolan Machibroda, and Howie Hatton. To lead off the top of the 6th, the Bombers needing 5 runs to even tie the game, 6 to take the lead here, and they have 6 outs to do it. Elijah Dickerson will make his way to home in the left side of the batter's box. He is 0 for 2, grounded out to 2nd in the 1st, struck out in the 4th, and the first pitch is into right center field for a leadoff single. Nice base hit on the first pitch, and Dickerson has his first hit of the game. Good start, and now it's Nolan Machibroda, who has doubled and hit a massive home run to give the Bombers their first run of the game. They now have 2 as China lead at 7-2. And after that first pitch single, there's now a mound visit. Looks like they're going to take Judy Suo out of the game, actually. So we'll see who comes in there. A very short leash for Judy Suo in his 2nd inning of work. Now it'll be Zhang Wang to come in relief from the left side, facing off against the lefty, Machibroda. We will be back for that matchup after the commercial break.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
Nolan Macabroda stands in against the new pitcher, Zhang Wang, one of the 5 pitchers on China's staff with a 0 ERA. Has a man on first after the Elijah Dickerson leadoff single. Talk more about him after this first pitch as it's in there for strike 1. Zhang Wang is his 6th appearance. 9 innings pitched, 10 hits given up, no earned runs. Has only walked 1 and has struck out 11, so he's been very good in this bullpen for China. As Macabroda swings and misses on that one, it's quickly 0-2.
Yeah, I get that you want the lefty-lefty matchup here, but I'm just a little surprised that they even let Judy Suo out there to start the inning.
That is a very high pop fly into left center field. Under it is the center fielder, Liang. Called off Jing out in left. He makes the catch for out number 1.
Because it's not like this was a give Zhang Wang some more time to warm up in the bullpen kind of thing. He wasn't in there. He was just sitting in the dugout. They let Judy Suo out there. He throws 1 pitch. Elijah Dickerson hits a single, and now here we are. It was just kind of an awkward sequence of events.
Throw back to first. Dickerson's back there relatively easily. Howie Hatton will stand in. He popped out to first base in the 2nd inning and hit a single in the 4th. First pitch is just out the corner in the zone for strike 1. Mason Collins stands on deck here. 7-2. China lead it in the top of the 6th. Inside, check swing didn't go, and it's 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Another check swing to first, and he did go around. So it's 1-2. Dickerson, the leadoff single. Macabroda flew out on a very high fly ball out to center. And now the 1-2 to Howie Hatton. Opposite field shot into right field. Going back is Zhao, and that's going to get over his head in fair territory all the way to the wall. Stopping at third is Dickerson. It's a double for Howie Hatton. His 2nd hit of the game, and now runners at 2nd and 3rd with 1 out for Mason Collins.
Great job by Howie Hatton. He just went out and got that on the other side of the plate. Off the end of the bat, still had enough to muscle it out just over 300 feet down the line. And in right field, Zhao was playing a little more towards right center. He wasn't near the line at all, so he had a long run. And once you saw his numbers, basically, you knew that there was a chance it was getting down. It got down. Howie Hatton's on 2nd. You've got Elijah Dickerson on 3rd, and Mason Collins has a great chance here.
Nice frame job from Li Ning, and it is 0-1. Sorry, Li Ning actually not in the game anymore. He's being a defensive substitution. Wang Shuai will step in behind the dish, so a good frame job by him. That one's popped up, foul ground. Looks like it's going to get into the bleachers, and it's quickly 0-2. Second and 3rd with 1 out, a big spot here for Mason Collins, the newcomer, behind the dish. He grounded out to 2nd in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th. Looking for his first hit of the ball game. 2 on, 1 out. 7-2 China. Swing and a miss. Mason Collins goes down on 3 pitches, and that's a big second out for Wang Zhang and the China defense. As Michael Sims will stand in, he was the defensive replacement for Bubba Thompson. He'll step in for his first AB. In a big spot here, just like Collins, but now 2 outs. First pitch in the zone for strike 1. We saw Sims in the bullpen earlier. Didn't look like he was going to come pitch, though, as he's the replacement at shortstop. Check swing. Sims did go around. It looks like the home plate umpire was pointing at third for some reason, but it will be checked, and it is 0-2. Michael Sims hitting at a .067, has 1 hit in 15 tries. So that one's outside for 1-2. Dickerson at third. Hit a leadoff single, and then the Howie Hatton double has them both in scoring position. That one's in the dirt. It's going to get past Schwei, and here comes Dickerson in to score. The pass ball makes it 7-3, and the Bombers are now only down 4.
These are just uncharacteristic errors that you don't see out of China. They've already got, or they don't have any on the game. The Bombers have 4, but you don't see a ton of pass balls or wild pitches out of this team. And
that is drilled foul off to the right out of play.
And right now it's happening. They've already got a couple walks on the board. They have the home run to Nolan Macabrota. You don't see pitches hung like that from this China pitching staff. And then a pass ball right there moves a runner over. It scores Dickerson, and they're letting the Bombers back in.
2-2 in the dirt, and it's a full count now with 2 outs. Haven't seen many pass balls, but that one comes at a bad time as Dickerson comes in to score easily, and it's 7-3 China. 3-2 to Sims. Inside, that's ball 4. Michael Sims, the pinch hitter, will take his base after a very nice at-bat, and now it's Davis Drueck. He singled in his last at-bat, came around to score the second run for the Bombers. They've scored 1 run in each of their last 3 innings. Still down 4 here, 7-3 after China scores 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and 2 in the fourth. First pitch now, lefty-lefty to Drueck is grounded foul down the right field line.
And don't be surprised if you see them pitch around Drueck right now. I know they don't have first base open, but they're still second. You can, if you walk them to load the bases, there's a force out everywhere.
That one's in the zone. It's quickly 0-2.
So I guess they're not pitching around him.
We talked about Drueck's big game yesterday. The 6-2 win versus the Grizzly. Back picked a third after the called ball, but Howie Hatton's back there safely.
But the reasoning I would pitch around Drueck is just because, again, he's 4 for his last 5. He's got a home run. He's got 6 RBIs in there. He's scored 3 times. And you've got Jaden Brown coming up, who's just struggled at the plate.
Check swing at second, and he does not go. It's 3-2. 2-2. Almost a full count here. 1 more ball, and Michael Sims will get a head start at first, but now 2-2, 2 outs. 7-3, China lead it. It's a soft grounder foul over to Yu Yang Lee at first. We'll do it again at 2-2. Staying alive is Davis Drueck. As you mentioned, Jaden Brown on deck. And then the top of the lineup in Mark Hernandez. 2-2 once again. Sims goes. Another grounder drilled down the right field line near the dugout bullpen area for the Bombers. Actually, somebody warming up in that bullpen. Don't have a number quite yet on him. but still 2-2 to Davis Drueck in this lefty-lefty matchup versus Zhang Wang. Fouled back again. A great battle here as Drueck is fighting off pitches. Ryuya Kato is the man in the bullpen for the Bombers. Zach Novus has been the man of the hour pitching for the Bombers. That one's grounded foul again. 8 pitches right now, and it's still only 2-2. A very good at-bat here for Davis Drueck as they're down 4. 7-3. Runners at the corners with 2 outs. The 2-2 once again. That's grounded to second. It'll be who? He bobbles it. He bobbles it again, and Drueck safe. Run scores in Hatton, and it's 7-4. As you talked about, very uncharacteristic errors and misjudgments for China.
And this isn't the first time we've seen China and the Bombers play. This is actually their third of 5 matchups this year. China's taken the first 2, but really the Bombers, out of anyone, have been some of the better tests that China has had. At times they've had them on the ropes. And right now, it's looking like China's trying to let them back in the game here.
Jaden Brown representing the tying run now. 2 on, 2 outs. Swings through that one, and it's 0-2 quickly again. Zhang Wang doing a good job at getting the batters down 0-2. Hasn't been able to really get any of them out, though. Outside, and it's ball 1. So the E4 on Hu leads Howie Hatton to score, and now they've scored 2 in this inning. And now they're only down 3-7-4, the 1-2. That's grounded. Who's going to have another shot at it? Fields it cleanly, throws it to first in time. But the Bombers score 2, and they're looking to come back. Need a clean bottom of the 6th. They're down 3, 7-4. China lead it.
Quality first. It's quite a philosophy to live by. But world-class ingredients are the foundation of great meals. And we wouldn't have it any other way. At Kaiser Grill in downtown Palm Springs, we believe you deserve the best. So whether it's dinner for 2 or a celebration with 200 friends, quality is our promise to you. Because quality is king. Quality is Kaiser.
Bottom of the 6th, and after a 2-run top half of the frame, the Bombers are now only down 3. It's 7-4 as Chaz Graham will step in. He hasn't been having the best season so far. He's only pitched in 4 innings, but he's given up 8 hits, 12 runs, 6 of them earned. Only walked 1, struck out 5, but he has a 10.50 ERA. He's trying to get that ERA down here in the bottom of the 6th versus this China lineup. It'll be Kuri Wu, the number 9 hitter, leading it off. And then the top of the lineup in Tianwan Hu and Wenbin Jing, the top 3 facing Graham in the bottom of the 6th.
Well, Chaz Graham, he honestly hasn't been that bad. It's just 1 outing. The only issue, that outing was 6 earned runs against China. Other than that, he hasn't allowed an earned run in his other 3 appearances. He allowed 2 runs against the Blue Sox. Neither of them were earned, but it's just that one China performance on the 26th. He allowed 7 runs, 6 of them were earned in an inning and in a third.
First pitch to Wu is fouled back for strike one. Chaz Graham has a very interesting pitching delivery as he goes with the submarine type of pitch here as that one's outside 1-1. Kind of reminds me, now tell me if I'm wrong, right or wrong on this, of Alex Wood.
You're so far off.
No?
I'm going to be honest. I mean, I can almost...
A righty Alex Wood.
But Alex Wood was never submarine.
That's true, but he kind of has like the low, like he kind of gets down a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else.
I see the, like... If there was a bit more of a like sudden jerk pulling the arm back and a bit of a pause after the leg kick, I could see that.
2-2. Opposite field slap hit into left field, and that's going to drop fair. Kyrie Wu is going to try and get two. He'll get in there standing, and it's a leadoff double. Throw gets away, but no advancement from Wu as he's in there with a leadoff double. So already threatening his Team China here. After 2 runs coming in for the Bombers in the top half, they're looking to get their 5-run lead back. Chon Won Hu, the leadoff man, will step in. He's reached in all 3 of his ABs, all on different scenarios. He walked in the first, reached on an error in the second, and hit a single in the fourth. First pitch from Chaz Graham is outside for ball 1. (1-0) now with Kyrie Wu on second base. That one is into center field. Playable for Hoffman in center. He gets lost in the sun, but he still grabs it. It's a nice diving catch as Kyrie Wu tags up to third. And that's the first out. It looked like he completely had it lost in the sun. Just barely able to make the catch at the last minute. But Kyrie Wu tags up to third, and now a runner 90 feet away for China, up 7-4.
Now we're getting some notes from Joey Miller, who's doing the PA and music today. I was thinking Taylor Rogers right off the bat, but he also pulled out Chad Bradford as a good comp for this, and he's kind of spot on.
Taylor Rogers might have been who I was thinking of. He does have a bit of a interesting type of pitching motion. That one is into the gap in right center field. Brown's under it. He'll make the catch. Tagging home is Kyrie Wu. The throw home is not in time, and China extends their lead. It's 8-4. So China get one back here in the bottom half of the 6th as they have now a 4-run lead once again, 8-4, as it will be Pei Liang stepping in. Pei Liang has a single in the first, walked in the second, struck out in the fourth, and he takes high for ball 1. In there for strike 1. Looks like Wei Zhao is going to be warming up in the China bullpen. See if he steps in to try and close this one out here in the 7th. 1-1 in the zone, just low. Pei Liang didn't like the call, but it is still 1-2. Looked to be a little low on the strike zone, but still close enough to be called a strike. 1-2. Opposite field shot, blooper into right field, and that is in for a base hit. So a nice single for Pei Liang, his second hit of the game. And China might not be done here, as it will be another pinch hitter. Liu Yun was pinch hitting for Jiaji Chen, and now it'll be Nandu. This is the first time I think we've had 2 substitutions in the same part of the order. And Team China really trying to get all their guys some work. Runner on first, 2 outs. That one is inside, and it's 2-0. Pei Liang at first after the single. That one is right at second base. Hernandez has it, and that'll do it for the 6th inning. But 1 run comes in on the sac fly from Wen Bin Xing. We'll head to the 7th. 3 outs away from the 10th win for Team China.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Top of the 7th, China is 3 outs away from getting their 10th win and taking over first place in the CWL. New pitcher in is Wei Zhao, number 39, pitching from the left side. He'll have to face the top 3 in the lineup: Mark Hernandez, Joshua Hoffman, and Elijah Dickerson. And it's a tall task for the Bombers. They're down 8-4, and they need 4 runs to just tie the game, bring it to a bottom of the 7th. But they do have Doriel Beck warming up in the bullpen just in case that miracle somehow ends up happening. It'll all start with Mark Hernandez here versus Wei Zhao. Mark Hernandez hit an RBI double in his first at-bat. One of the 4 runs driven in for the Bombers. As he skies that one into left field on the first pitch. Center fielder Liang calling for it, under it, making the running grab, and it's a 1-pitch, 1 out for Wei Zhao and the China defense. Joshua Hoffman stands in. He's 0 for 3. He grounded to third in the first, popped out to second in the fourth, struck out swinging in the 5th, looking for his first hit, as he's usually been pretty good, hitting at a .409 before this game. Second lefty the Bombers have faced. First one being Huadong Kai Reng. Another first pitch swing. A great pick at short by Wu. Throw over to first, and it's 2 pitches, 2 outs. And now, very quickly down to their final out, is the Bombers. Elijah Dickerson stands in as the final hope for the Bombers here, looking to avoid dropping to 3-8 and being tied with the Blue Sox and Grizzly at the bottom of the standings. First pitch, looking for a 3-pitch, 3-out type of inning here is Zhao Wei, as that one's in there for strike 1. Dickerson grounded out to second, struck out and hit a single in his last at-bat in the 6th. That one's drilled into center field. Got a bad read on it is Zhao, but he ends up making the grab. And in 4 pitches, China gets out of it, and they win it. 8-4, the final score is China win their 10th game. They're up to 10-2. The Bombers lose. They drop to 3-8. A very quick and efficient top of the 7th inning, as China are the first team to double-digit wins.
Yeah, and Evan, right as we were saying that it was a really uncharacteristic game by China. They were hanging pitches over the plate. They were working inefficient innings, and then they come out and make us eat our words. 4 pitches to finish it off in the 7th, and another win. First team to 10 wins. A great game for them. I mean, the offense came out. They put up 8 runs. The pitcher by committee worked again. Haizheng Wu, Roger Rang, Judy Suo, everyone did their job. They all did just enough. I know a couple guys gave up, or really not even a couple. Zhang Wang gave up a crooked number in the top of the 6th, but again, when you're going home with an 8-4 win, I mean, you got to be feeling happy. In China, they're probably feeling pretty good going into this Tucson qualifier in about a week and a half.
Yeah, China had their downsides a little bit in this one, but it really doesn't matter because you get a win, 8-4. You get your 10th win. Wouldn't be surprised if they went to go practice on this field after their win, as they've been doing the past few games now. But Team China still looking like the team to beat here, now at the top of the standings after the 8-4 victory as we head into tomorrow. So tomorrow, Team China will be playing at the turf field versus the Palm Springs Chill at 9:30. The British Columbia Bombers will be playing tomorrow as well at the big field today. Tomorrow at 10 versus the Alberta Grizzly, and then tomorrow at 12:30. It's a big matchup, the Palm Springs Power and the Canada A's. Canada looking to get their 10th win as well. But for now, Stephen Buxton, Evan Patoka, we will see you tomorrow for more CWL Baseball.